Are you happy where you are right now? With the income that you have? With the amount of time that you're spending away from your family? If you're not happy, something has to change. What got you here, and maybe you're in a great place, won't get you to the next level. Something has to change. Hey, if you're an entrepreneur and you have a struggle to get more done so that you can make more money, you're gonna love this video. I'm gonna walk you through the entrepreneur's perfect day, how to exactly put your daily structure together so that you get more done. Now, before we get into the exact step-by-step, hour by hour, what to do, I'm gonna show you how to figure out that information. My name is Craig Ballantyne. I'm the author of The Perfect Day Formula, and I'm the owner of 5 seven-figure businesses. Now, I wasn't able to do that without this perfect day structure. So that's what I want to show you. Here's the thing though. Before you know exactly what to do, you have to figure out a few things about yourself. You have to spend a little bit of time in self-reflection and introspection. So what I want you to do is called a time journal. Time journal is going to allow you to basically go through your day and figure out what's working and what's not working. All you need is a lined piece of paper. You can go through every 20 minutes and write down what you're doing. So you wake up at 7, hey, I wake up, morning routine, feeling a little tired. Great, 7:20, I'm into my daily readings for the day, feeling energized, having my coffee. 7:40, kids are up, gotta make them breakfast, feeling a little stressed. 8 o'clock, off to work, and so on and so forth. You're gonna go through the entire day writing down what you're doing and how you feel, and you'll identify a couple of things. First of all, you're gonna identify your magic time, which is the time of day when you're 3 times more productive, creative, and energetic than at any other time of day. Now, you're gonna remember this time and make sure that you're doing your hardest work. Match the task to your energy. That is huge. Most people go through life and they don't realize that between the hours of 10:30 and noon, I am at my most productive. And so they schedule meetings and emails and their social media browsing at that time, wasting their life. And I don't want you to waste your life because you gotta have a strong marriage. You gotta have strong fitness. You gotta, maybe your faith is important to you and you're not giving enough time to it because you're not getting enough time, work done in your day. So first of all, we identify the magic time. We also identify our OCD loops. OCD loops are obsessive compulsive loops where you're checking your social media, you're checking your email, you're checking your stats in your business, you're checking your customer service, and you're just going loop-de-loop-de-loop, and you're wasting all that time. And I know because back when I was a struggling personal trainer, broke, struggling, introverted, socially anxious, binge drinking personal trainer, all the good things in life, back when I was a total loser, I was going on Facebook, then checking my stats, then checking my email, then checking ESPN.com, and then I looped back up to the top. And it killed me. That's why I was struggling. I was stuck and I was struggling in life. I had so much anxiety that I went to the emergency room twice. And I don't want that to happen to you. Now, the third thing you're gonna learn is your hourly worth, okay? So if you find that you're working 40 hours a week and making $100,000 in a year, that means that your hours are worth $50 an hour. Because if you thought about it, you went, okay, I make $50 an hour and I work 40 hours a week, that's $2,000. And let's say you work 50 weeks in a year, that's $100,000. That's how you get your hourly worth, by figuring out what you make, divide it by the number of hours that you work. So if you find yourself, holy cow, I work 10 hours a day, 6 days a week, now you're working 60 hours a week, your hourly worth, if you're making 100 grand a year, goes down. Way down. But here's the thing. That, first of all, it identifies you're working too much. But second of all, if you know that your time is worth $50 an hour and you're making copies or sending faxes or running errands, you're doing $10 an hour tasks, but your time is worth $50. So you're clearly not managing your energy well. That's where you have to get a personal assistant or a virtual assistant. And yes, paying somebody $10, $15, $20 an hour hurts a little bit, but if you tighten the belt and you open up 5 to 10 hours a week, you're gonna turn that into $500. 10 hours, $50, you're gonna turn it into $500. And soon your hourly worth is gonna be $100 an hour because you're spending more time on sales generating activities, which brings more revenue in, which increases your income. So spend some time figuring out what's working, what's not working. What are my distractions? What are my temptations? How should I start my day? And when you know that, we can move into the next phase of building this perfect day, which is going hour by hour and telling you exactly what to do to dominate in business and in life. Obviously, I need some help here. So, we're not going to talk about waking up at a certain hour, okay? I don't care if you're in the 5 a.m. club. I don't care if you get up at 10 o'clock in the morning. One of my most successful coaching clients, a guy named Marion, got up at 11 in the morning and worked on his supplement business from 10 p.m. till 4 a.m. And he had a $100 million supplement company. So I'm not going to tell you you have to get up at the ass crack of dawn. I believe that getting up earlier in the day is going to be helpful for 90% of the population. But let's not try and be cooler than cool by saying, I get up earlier than you. That's not what it's about. So let's say we're just going to start your day at your wake up time. Now, once you wake up, whether it's at 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. or 8 a.m., you're just going to write that down. Like, I'm going to wake up at this time. That's good. Now, here's the mistake that most people make when they wake up. They get into really long morning routines, but I want you to have no more than a 30-minute morning routine. So the 30-minute morning routine allows you to obviously do your personal hygiene, maybe read a little bit if you're faith-based, read from the Bible, maybe watch a YouTube motivational video, but I prefer that you didn't. Maybe do some gratitude journaling, maybe do some meditation. I don't want you to go and get sucked into the internet. So be very careful about the alerts that you have available to you on the phone. And I don't want you to spend more than 30 minutes in your morning routine because so many entrepreneurs are doing way too much in their morning routines. They're doing yoga, gratitude journaling, motivational videos, interpretive dance. You've probably seen me do this shtick before because it drives me nuts. Drives me nuts that people spend way too much time here, okay? 30 minutes is enough to prime you to get into work. I want you to do a 90-minute work block as soon as possible. 90 minutes. Here's why. Think about what you are trying to do that's really important in your business. Maybe it's write a sales letter. Maybe it is get connected with a whole bunch of influential people who can get your product out to their lists. Think about all the things you're trying to do. And now think about what you actually get done in a day. You're trying to find time for your most important work. Well, let's make time for what matters. So you wake up, like let's just say we're gonna start at 7 o'clock, okay? 7:30, now at 7:30, you have a 90-minute work block till 9 o'clock. Boom. All right, what if you have kids? Well, if you have kids, then you got to get up earlier than 7. I don't want everybody to have to get up really early in the morning. I want everybody to get up whenever they want, but that's not how the world works for success. So if you have kids and they're up at 7:30 and there's no way you can get this work block done, then you have to cut this morning routine down to 10 minutes. You have to get up at 5:30. And then from 5:40 until the kids get up, you got to be in that 90-minute work block. I know this sounds horrible, but are you happy where you are right now? With the income that you have? With the amount of time that you're spending away from your family? If you're not happy, something has to change. What got you here, and maybe you're in a great place, won't get you to the next level. Something has to change. So we wake up, we do a very short morning routine, then we work. Now we get to reward ourselves with a break. All right, after we've done work on our sales letter, our presentations, our speaking skills, we've written YouTube scripts, whatever it is that was really gonna move us ahead, now we get to have a reward. So I personally get up around 4 o'clock in the morning. I work for an hour and a half. I don't even do any real morning routine. Then I reward myself with meditation and I walk my dog. Okay, and then sometimes I go and cuddle back in bed. But most of the time, well, actually not most of the time, every single day, every single work day, I get this 90-minute work block done because you are not going to get this done over the rest of the day, especially if you have team members, especially if you have a lot of customer service to do, especially if you have a lot of meetings, you're not going to get anything else done because everybody else wants your time. So you got to protect this morning magic time. I have a client named Scott. He runs a trucking company. Ever since he got up and started doing this, He's moved ahead in contract negotiations. He sold a $300,000 contract to another company. He was able to buy out his partners. He was able to work with lawyers to get another investment into the company from a private equity firm. But he was struggling. He was stuck and struggling to do all of this before by trying to find time in his day. Game changer. And I just had another client, a guy named Daniel Schreiber from Taiwan. He sells fitness programs in the Chinese marketplace. And he was struggling to get all of his sales copy done because he has a growing team. They're working on an app. They have a lot of meetings all day long. And he had to write sales copy to sell it. The hardest part, the most important part. And he wasn't finding the time, so he made the time first thing in the morning for this work block and allowed him to accelerate the business. Now, after your reward might be 15 minutes, might be 30 minutes, maybe you go for a walk outside, get some fresh air. And then you come back and do another 60-minute block. If you must go into meetings or email communication or social media, this is where you would do it. Then you take a 10-minute break. Then you have another 60, well, actually, at this point, what I want you to do is take a longer break. So if you are exercising first thing in the morning, I challenge you to move it. I know you want to get up, you want to work out, you want to feel good, but if exercise is important to you, and you don't have to be in an office from 8 until 6 p.m., then please do your workout close to lunchtime. If you control your schedule, I challenge you to do it. Another one of my coaching clients, a guy named Sean Hadsell, very famous copywriter. He was doing his workout in the morning. He was doing his hour of power that he learned from Tony Robbins, and he was doing Bible devotional. And the next thing you know, it wasn't until 10 o'clock in the morning when he started this first work block. But he had all of his employees trying to email and text him at 10 o'clock in the morning. He was like, I can't get focused on my copywriting. All right, Sean, move your workout down here, exercise at lunch, do your work block up here. And the next thing you know, he wrote sales copy that is now generating hundreds of sales through Facebook ads per day that wasn't done because he wasn't doing it later on. That's key. Now, in the afternoon, if you control your time, you'll probably find in the afternoon your energy is a little bit lower. There's a book by Daniel Pink. It's called When, the Scientific Time for the Perfect Time for Doing Everything. And he found that we have the greatest willpower, discipline, and intention in the morning. In the afternoon, we have a trough of energy where we have lower energy. And then in the evening, we have a bit more energy. It comes back. So in the afternoon, after your workout, after lunch, you come back in, and this is where you do calls and meetings, okay? You move from a maker schedule in the morning to meetings in the afternoon. And you schedule your meetings with a little trick. You see, most people have not most people, everybody has a start time for a meeting. Nobody has an end time for the meeting. Okay, that's why meetings run way over. So if you go into the meeting with an agenda and a stop time as well, you're not going to have these things run on and on and on, and the next thing you know, you're working overtime. No, instead, meetings have a stop, start, agenda. And hey, this is why we're having the meeting, and you only invite people to the meetings that absolutely positively have to be there. That way you save other people's time so they can go and be more productive in your business. We make sure that we run 2 meetings with our team. We want to run a weekly alignment meeting every Monday, and we run what are called goal set and review meetings with each key team member so that we make sure we coach them up to their highest performance. We do those calls and meetings in the afternoon. I do my coaching calls in the afternoon because creative time is going to be in the morning. I've already won the day, and then we're going to do our end of day planning. What I have found with working with over 5,000 entrepreneurs is that the more planning and the better prepared the entrepreneur, the more successful they are. And this goes back to a guy named Ted Rogers, who was Canada's version of Ted Turner, a billionaire cable guy. And Ted Rogers said in his biography, unfortunately he's passed away, but he said, we were always the most prepared team in the room and we won every negotiation. And if you think about your favorite plays, they are the most prepared people for the play. They memorize the scripts. They have the best directing and they have the best rehearsals leading to the best performance. The best football team is the best prepared. They've scouted their opposition. And so if you think as an entrepreneur, you're going to wake up and wing it, waking up and winging it ain't a strategy to be successful. You have to have this structure and you have to have planning. So the day before tomorrow, tonight, You need to better plan and prepare exactly what you're gonna do in your work blocks. So you're gonna know, okay, this is exactly how my morning routine is gonna go. This is exactly what I'm gonna do in that first work block to move my business ahead. This is what I'm gonna do in this work block. This is what we're gonna post on social media. This is exactly what I'm gonna do in my workouts. This is exactly what I'm gonna eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. This is exactly the call schedule I'm gonna have. This is exactly when we're gonna get the meetings done. This is the exact agenda. This is the exact measurable outcome of the meeting. This is exactly who needs to be there. And when you know exactly from the planning you did the night before, holy cow, you're gonna knock it out of the park. So if your business is not hitting 7 figures, this daily structure is gonna take you to $1 million, $2 million, $3 million, $5 million, eventually $10 million. If your business is not even doing $100,000, it's probably because you're waking up and winging it. And I don't want you to be in that position anymore. So go through this structure. First, remember, do the time journal. Figure out what's your magic time, what's your OCD loop, and what's your hourly worth. And then you go and implement it, and your hourly worth is going to go through the moon so that your income goes up as well. And your impact and your influence. I know what you're thinking. You're an idiot, Craig. You're crazy, and this is not going to work. Well, drop a comment down below and give me your biggest objection to this entire presentation so that I can go and make another video that solves your problem. That's what I'm here for. So drop that comment down below, give me your biggest objection, and we'll come back and we'll give you another video. Until then, go and get my book, The Perfect Day Formula, at freeperfectdaybook.com or click the link down below. It's going to change your life, your day, your business, and everything is going to come your way.